So I'm Esme Coles, and a few colleagues helped me prepare this presentation. I'm going to talk through our various Blacklight applications, our main library catalog, which we call Orange Light, is sort of our biggest, most high traffic Blacklight application. This year, we've been focusing a lot on our development process, onboarding product owners. We've been doing a lot of maintenance work like refactoring our whole requesting workflow, simplifying some of our affiliate groups and other things that added complexity to try to get that under control, and working on upgrading to Blacklight 8 like a lot of folks. We've added feature flippers for testing in-process things to sort of make that upgrade path easier, and migrating from the Blacklight Advanced Search gem to the built-in Advanced Search feature. We've also spent a fair amount of time, especially unplanned time, responding to overeager robots. I suspect lots of other folks in the room have had the same experience of getting just completely hammered by people hungry for our data. Some of the work we're planning in this application is sort of overhauling how we handle digital content. When we were on Voyager, we had a very complicated macro-based process for getting digital content links into our MARC records. And that really fell apart when we migrated to Alma a few years ago and has never been really established. We'd sort of papered over that integration by having Orange Light query the repository and display a viewer if there were digital content to show. But we really want to tighten that integration back up and be able to facet on things, do full text search, and various more sort of tighter integration with the digital repository. We're also migrating out of some collections out of a DSpace instance, and some of that content is going to be showing up in the catalog instead of being in that DSpace instance.
Yeah, so he mentioned Esme mentioned the feature flipper that we've been using. So part of our preparations for migrating to Blacklight 8, we decided to remove the advanced search gem and use the advanced search features that come with Blacklight. And one thing we wanted to be careful about was like trying to roll out an update and then maybe something didn't quite work like we expected it to. And the feature flipper is a great way to kind of ameliorate some of that risk. So we could have like all these new Blacklight 8 features we're trying to get ready for the upgrade, and we could write the code, implement those things, and then have it set up to be able to just turn those features on whenever we want. We wouldn't have to do a completely new deployment of the code. The gem that does this is called Flip-Flop, and we found it very useful in a lot of our applications when we wanted. So we can do some things like we have a message. So if we have like system maintenance or something happening that we want to alert users to, we can load up the message and just turn it on and off as wanted. And then also, yeah, all these new features, we can just, while the application is running, just turn them on and it just automatically happens.
Great, thanks. Some of our other Blacklight applications are a finding aid site based on ArcLight, and we have a Spotlight digital collections site. We have started work on a new digital collections site in Elixir that is not based on Blacklight, but it's certainly inspired by our experiences with Blacklight and the Blacklight community. We also have a GeoBlacklight Maps portal. We have a data catalog for our licensed data, which we call the DSS catalog. And we have a research data discovery portal for our Princeton research data called Princeton Data Commons Discovery, which we referenced earlier. A lot of these applications are in maintenance mode at this point, as we've been focusing on the back-end research data work and honestly upgrading everything. And then we have a couple of Blacklight apps that are sort of specialized discovery portals. These are sort of headed towards being retired. The Digital Chicken Yard Library site is a heavily customized Blacklight site for a digital humanities project that is really entering a maintenance mode. And Blacklight is just, requires more maintenance than we want to spend on that application every year to keep it running. So we're transitioning that to a Jekyll-based static site And then our Latin American ephemera was one of our first sort of digital collection sites, and we are going to fold that into our sort of main Spotlight or digital collections platforms. One of the other things we've been talking about with this many discovery applications, we've been just talking about what our discovery strategy is. Do we have the right platforms? Are they serving our users? Are we in contact with our users and our stakeholders and product owners? So we've been spending a lot of time on that and building up our processes in those areas, working on building up a pipeline of user research to get more input from our users, and working with product owners to just stay connected. Thanks, that's all I've got.